And the more we learn, the more we understand, the more we have opportunities to hear the stories of young people, the greater chance we have for compassion and the greater chance we have to convert people maybe from being in a bad place to being supportive and actually being advocates for their children.
How can you act as a refuge and solace for people when they're feeling vulnerable? I think if you can commit to, in a really steadfast and intentional way, commit to proliferating trans and queer life and livability, I think doing the small things that you can do to affirm people's lives, I think is quite important.
Communicate, first and foremost. Make sure that your kiddo, their kiddo, knows that you're accepting. To me, that's one of the biggest things. Communicating with your kid and keeping that line of communication open. You may not ever know all the answers, but as long as you continue communicating with your kiddo and affirming them, then that goes a long way, long way.
I think that you talk to kids about all things like they're smart enough to understand them, because they are. You talk to them in a way that is very simple and true. You answer the questions that they ask, and if you don't know the answer, you say, oh my gosh, that's a really interesting question that I don't know the answer to. I bet we could look that up and find out. Let's look it up.
Find a support group, get with PFLAG, get with one of the equality organizations. There are so many different ways that you can get in support and help that we didn't even have 6 years ago. We've done support, training, fighting, advocacy since Skylar was 7 ourselves. And one of the great things about building this community is that we stick together and we have each other's backs fiercely. You know, it's important for our kids to know that they have community.
I think we are raised in a multiplicity of ways by a whole bunch of people. Chosen family, or one of the things chosen family can mean for young LGBTQ youth, as well in particular as Black and brown LGBTQ youth. Chosen family means that they have somewhere to go, they have someone to turn to lean on when the people who it said should be caring for them might not be doing that care work.
So I would say, before you knew your child was gay, right? You loved them. I get it. I understand that it's scary for both of us, right? You have to navigate it together because this is something new. So to those parents, I would say, just one, take yourself out of it. Your feeling of, oh, what did I do wrong? And maybe I failed as a parent, and why is my kid like this? And my kid is different. It's not about you. You need to put yourself in your child's position and kind of try to identify with their feelings of fear and what to do, and you're still their parent.
One of the ways that young, queer, trans, LGBTQ folks can begin to forge those different kinds of relationships with people is to be more brave, which is scary, especially in all the ways that queer youth are imperiled, but being brave in a different kind of way. Perhaps you feel this tie to have a certain kind of relationship to people who are said to be your parents or authority figures or anything like that. Perhaps you feel that, but I want to encourage us to be brave in a different kind of way, to be brave in the way that allows you to say, I want a different kind of relationship. And if this person does not allow me to have that kind of relationship, I need to find that elsewhere. It allows you to open yourself up to the possibility of being loved and affirmed by other people who insist on your life.